my boredom, me being bored, me being repetitive, repeating myself to nauseum. And so that's probably the reason why guys get tired of me talking about, don't care what the record is. We're not top of the world enough to not respect every team and take every team, every possession. Because what happens is you look at a record, I'm going to get my numbers tonight, I'm going to take the night off defensively, and once you do that, that's when karma jumps up and bites you in the behind. So that's the most important thing, is approaching every game as if it's a playoff game. And, and that helps you create good habits. You don't, create bad habits. You create good habits of playing every possession the right way. And I think when you're a younger player trying to get to the top, you see an opportunity to relax a little bit and you take it. And I think our guys have learned and prepared over the years and grown into taking every team and approaching it the right way.
I mean, does it help that you do have a lot of young guys on your second unit, guys who are, they're not really in a position?
That should help. It shouldn't matter. It should be the first unit also, and but it does help it from that standpoint, Michael, that those guys are relatively in the same boat, as other teams, young teams. So, but again, that as all 15 guys have to have that approach, and I think we've had that, and because I've heard the starters talk about, let's lock in. So that means that they're listening a little bit.
This concept of winning ugly, just when you're not playing so well and you're still able to pull out wins, is that a marker for a good team? You think you're getting?
It is. You don't want to make it a habit. You don't want to. You want to win, executing and being consistent in your habits, and that way they carry over. Because you don't want to play with fire in this league, because you get burnt. And but again, you're gonna have nights like we had the other night where the ball's going up and flying all around, throwing it at their ankles, throwing it behind them, and forgetting defensive assignments, or not executing defensive assignments down the stretch, fouling three-point shooters down the stretch. All those things are ugly habits that you can't develop, and you don't want to develop.
What are you most proud of, in a way, the fact your team is winning about 75% of its games, or that you've avoided losing streaks?
I think that's a little bit of both. I think that's part of it, Michael. You're not going to win every game in this league. What you don't want to do is the old rule that you don't want to lose above three in a row. You don't lose 3 in a row, and I think our guys have developed that mentality, and so we are proud of the fact that we haven't had long losing streaks, and that's put us in a position to have a good season. So, but that's been over the years, and so our core guys now understand that you don't want to lose 3 in a row. And knock on wood, we've been fortunate with that.
DeMar, another Player of the Week honors. Career high assists. We all know that. It's so much better for you guys when he's sharing it like that.
It's huge, because teams in the past, he's probably forced some tough shots thinking that he had to score to help us win, where now I think he's more relaxed, understanding he's just as valuable to us as a passer, as a semi-point guard. I think people laughed at me last year when I said DeMar is going to be a quasi-point guard this year, and that's exactly what we need him to be to win. If he gets 5 assists or more, it's a pretty good night for us. And he's adopted that. He's embraced that mentality, which has helped us a lot. So he's big. He sees over the defense. He's a good passer, has a great feel. Made a great wraparound rolling pass to the center, rolling to the bucket the other night. And making plays like that is for me, is just as nice as him jumping up and making a 3, because that means his IQ, he sees the whole floor, and he can make things happen when teams try to blitz us, and consequently they haven't blitzed him as much because he's picking teams apart and he's making good decisions out of the double team.
At what point in a quarter do you sort of start giving him, okay, you're going to bring the ball up, you're going to initiate from the top? Is there a...
Well, when Kyle goes out, it happens quite a bit, and then when Kyle, late in the game, or in the fourth quarter, at certain points, we, start running more sets with him being the primary ball handler. So again, the feel of the game and feel of what they're trying to do. If teams blitzing Kyle, we get it out of his hands some and make Kyle a shooter. So and let DeMar handles and read those situations. So it's a luxury, believe me. When you got DeMar, Kyle, Fred VanVleet, or DeLon out there with those three, then you basically have 3 point guards out there in those situations.
I guess when he's starting with the ball, you're more inclined to get 2-3 passes in order for him to get it back. Whereas if he's coming off the ball, the tendency may be to look at him real quick.
Yeah, I plead the fifth.
Kevin Love posted an article in the Players Tribune this morning talking about how he had a panic attack back in November during a game. He said the reason he opened up about that was DeMar DeRozan talking about depression. And what's it mean to you when one of your leaders takes a lead role in something important off the court?
It's huge. I think, again, that's why it's always great when your leaders speak about social issues, the way DeMar has with himself, and I think it allows other people, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not speaking for him, probably spoke out, is to help other people. And evidently, just hearing about the article, it helped Kevin do that, and hopefully it helps more people. There's no shame in saying, hey, I have anxiety issues or depression issues or whatever. Just so I think that's why DeMar did it. That's why LeBron James speaks out on social issues, that it does make a difference. And our players are intelligent, they're smart, and they do want to help in any way they can. And that's DeMar and his way, and I'm sure Kevin Love's way of, hey, if I can help somebody else in this situation, me speaking out about it helps, let me do it.
What's the status of the small forward position?
Well, we'll see. No, well, I'm always worried about all the positions. So, but we're not going to lose sleep over who starts and who in those positions. Because again, there's no controversy. It's us building, being flexible, developing and growing different people in different positions and different groups. So you probably will see quite a bit of that in these next few games.
Is it too early to think Nigel Hayes might get a look?
Who?
Nigel Hayes.
Oh, Nigel? Yeah, today, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I don't, he's got to learn the offense. This morning's the first time he's been with us. And so, we'll see where that goes as far as if he's going to get time tonight. Or I don't foresee it, but I wouldn't say never.